He's in the fast lane with America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher.
Yeah, I just put some tires on Chuck's car, the guy that sings that song.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, no wonder he's so upbeat.
He got new tires.
That's right.
New air filter.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
We had a couple of beers.
Yeah.
They were all good.
That's all right. That's all right. We got good sponsors and everything else is working out for you. And
we got good sponsors. I'm going to include that in there. Sage Chiropractic just renewed with us. And
Dr. Carrie Lewin there.
Yeah, Carrie Lewin,
yep.
Mike Ganasso at 123 North Sycamore Street in beautiful downtown Newtown.
Right.
I'm going next week for an adjustment just before I get into my car, so I can get in there and bend around.
The alignment is set.
You've got to redo my alignment.
There you go.
Yeah, so give them a call, 215-497-0700, and talk to Mike, and then he'll get you hooked up and straightened out.
All right, let's. I think we talked to Earl right now.
Let's Earl straighten us out.
That's right. Hi, Earl.
Or you can try.
Good morning, Jim.
How you doing?
Let's go, Earl.
My friend Mark a little while ago. About the Dodge service. You know, my wife Pam has a Dodge Charger.
Yep.
Just like Mark and his wife Patty there. So that's good. Good information.
Oh yeah.
So you learn it all from 9 to 10 o'clock. I mean, it's great every Thursday morning. Yeah.
I try.
All the information you need is right here.
So, what information do you have for us, Earl?
Well, I'll tell you, a great show last night, first of all.
Yeah, everything worked good.
Excellent.
Everything worked very well. And I like to pick on Nick because, and I said it a couple times yesterday, because we had it working, and one thing did work out, and he started hitting buttons. We're like, calm down, Nick, calm down.
That's the first thing. Start hitting buttons.
Yeah.
He's probably listening going, shut up.
Maybe an old bombardier from the old days, right? Probably,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So, but Nick got it all worked out. We found the glitch about 5 minutes before we started, and I kind of handcuffed him so he didn't touch any more buttons until the show started. But and then it worked out great. It was a great show. We had a lot of great guests, including yourself. Lexi Wilson was on there. A couple of the other guys, Pat and Bear from Low Down Entertainment, because we synced in with them, and we're
That's
all
excellent.
Yeah, it's all good. So tell us what's going on at Wall this weekend, Earl.
Yeah, we're back racing again. We were off for 4th of July weekend, but we come back this weekend with a regular racing program, modified at 40 laps, and then 25-lap features for the Sportsman division, factory stocks, 4 cylinders, and the limited late models, and the touring ATQM or ATQ midgets. TQ is, as usual, running on the inner 5th mile track, other divisions on the high banks. And it's going to be a great night back at racing, and this is supposedly going to be excellent Jersey Shore weather, hot and sunny for Saturday. That's the forecast now, so it's going to be a great night. And we look forward to this. This will be setting the stage this weekend. Sets the stage for Saturday night, July 19th, as Wall Stadium celebrates its 75th anniversary of racing. First race was in 1950, and this will be our 75th year. And we're going to have a gala celebration on the 19th. A lot of the former champions are coming back to meet the fans and sign autographs. It's going to be a great night of racing. That'll be on the 19th. And then on the 26th, a very special night to close out the month. Last several years, actually since 2020, J.J. Lane, John, the son of Ace Lane, brother of Tommy Lane, great photography racing family. JJ passed away in 2020 at a young age, and every year since, Wall Stadium has had the J.J. Lane Memorial Race in coordination with the ATQM or ATQ midgets. And sadly, this year, just a month or so ago, 2 months ago, we lost Ace Lane, the family patriarch, a Hall of Fame racing photographer. So in his honor, through the work of Tommy Lane, his son, we're going to start having the Lane Family Memorial at Wall Stadium. That'll be on the 26th. We'll be honoring the Lane family. And Tommy Lane, who along with being an outstanding auto racing photographer, has also been a race driver. He's competed in go-karts and also TQ midgets. And a number of years ago, he was part of the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program, and actually worked with Ray Everaham's team when Ray had the Dodge racing team, and so Tommy, very accomplished from the behind the wheel side. He's going to get back behind the wheel of a TQ midget for this very special night, and he's really looking forward to that. So it's going to be a great month here at Wall Stadium. Looking forward to it. And Fred, I hope you make it down for at least one of the shows. You know, you'll be wheeling the 141 around New Egypt those nights.
On the 19th, I'll be New Egypt running the vintage cars there. But I want to come down and root on Tommy and on the 26th. Wonderful. And Tommy's one of the whole family. I mean, I grew up, with racing and known the whole Ace family, the whole Ace Lane family growing up. And I never really knew Tommy till just maybe a year or so ago. I met Tommy, but that whole family is the same way. But you meet Tommy once, it's like you've known him for 100 years.
Absolutely.
And we hit it right off, and we became good friends, and we talk every now and then. And so I want to be down there for that. So I'm planning on it. I want to cheer Tommy on while he's out there.
Good.
So
yeah,
cool.
He kind of laughed about it. He says he can still fit into his driving uniform. So. Yep.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. But but yeah, sounds good, Earl. I'll definitely be down there for that one. Like I said, on the 19th, I'll miss the 75th, but everybody else will go on down there. And if you're not going to see me, go see Earl.
There you go.
Down at Wall Stadium. So.
Okay.
All right, Earl. I will be chatting with you in a little bit.
All right, my man.
One Nick or the other will be on NASCAR.
Oh yeah. The phone already rang, so now it's just a Nick roulette here.
All
right, gentlemen, have a great day. All right.
Thank you much.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. So before we bring whatever Nick is on the line.
Yes. Krause in the house. We probably should have a new segment there.
Yeah. Well, we got the Earl's time capsule, which we're working with Craig. We're going to have to get together on. I sat down with Craig and we worked out some of the details, so we're going to work out some more. Okay. But like Earl was saying, if you get down the wall, but next Saturday, I'm sorry, the 19th, I will be running the vintage cars with Nick Marco. I'll be running my car out there. Nick's got his. It's one of our 6 races or runs this year, and I'm feeling it now. So I want to get out there and get
Nick Sirianni. No, it's another Nick.
Yeah, so if you want to, come on down. You can cheer me on or just watch me. Come down to New Egypt on the 19th, and a great card of racing all night, and we do the vintage exhibitions.
Fred Heads, we'll call ourselves. It's
a
fan club, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that too. My family came down last time. I don't know.
I saw that.
My whole family, my immediate family came down. Last time my cousins came down.
Nice
they might come
crew
down
there.
Again. Yeah.
Oh.
So, a lot of my customers, a lot of my friends and family will come down. One of my friends that I've known since Deuce's Wild Car Club is actually part of my pit crew now. So we call him Dog. But, it's Scott. So he's going to help me set up and get in my car.
Yes.
So
rolling.
So we'll have some fun, and his whole family comes down, and Marty Burke, who calls here, it's his brother-in-law. Him and his wife come down and watch us run, and some of the people from the landfill do. And it's a good thing. So come on down to New Egypt on July 19th and see me run.
All you Fred heads out there. All right. Nick is up. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
It's
good.
Nick Marco.
That's right. Nick's 1 and 2.
We had a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, right. So anyway, vintage cars were at New Egypt next Saturday, so looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah.
So
that's always a big thing. Right? That's always a big thing. So.
All right, so we'll talk about NASCAR, get that over with, and then we'll talk about some of the local things. It was a busy week. So in NASCAR, the trucks were off, but Stuart Friesen wasn't. So for the Stuart report, he won twice last week, July 2nd and July 5th, both at Fonda. On July 5th, he beat Alex Yankowski by 8 thousandths of a second coming out of turn 4. He beat him by a bumper. So that was pretty close, and Jessica was 6th. On the Xfinity side of things, he raced a 2.2 mile street circuit in Chicago, 12-turn circuit. Shane Van Gisbergen from New Zealand, he's a rookie this year, and he goes by SVG just like we have Tanner Van Doren TVD, but this is SVG, so that's what he's known as.
Yeah, you don't want to mix them up.
Yeah, right. Big difference in the pocketbook too, right? Anyway, Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, he won the race over Connor Zillich. We talk about him every week. Sheldon Creed was third, Austin Hill fourth, Nick Sanchez fifth. SVG won the pole and the first stage. Sheldon Creed won the second stage. Notable, SVG and Zillich traded paint on the final restart. They're going for the win, and they kind of smeared each other's paint jobs. They're teammates with Junior Motorsports, Dale Jr. Now, Zillich is all but going to Cup in 2026 at 19 years old. He's 18 right now. It can't go public yet because of the contracts and all that other legal stuff. But there's
you kind of
really
blew that,
chance.
Nick. We're public.
Well, we've been talking about that every week.
We're semi-public. Somebody's got to be listening out there.
They are. They are.
Well, at least you and Jim are listening, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Nick, I'm sure Nick's driving the truck on a Schuylkill listening.
Everybody on the landfill now knows.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, it might happen. It might happen.
All right, continue.
He's a highwayman.
All right, so then on the Cup side of thing, Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, won that over Ty Gibbs. Well, so the Toyotas are Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, and Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch had a good run to finish fifth. That was a good fifth for him.
Yeah.
Let's see, Van Gisbergen, that's his second win there. The track's been there for 3 years. He has 2 wins, and Alex Bowman won the other one. Stage wins, Michael McDowell and Ryan Blaney. That was good to win stage 2. SVG won both the pole and the race on Saturday and the pole and the race on Sunday. Notables, previous winners in NASCAR this year. Ross Chastain was 10th, Logano 11th, Blaney finished 12th. Kyle Larson had a very quiet 13th. Chase Elliott was 16th. 45-year-old Catherine Legg was 19th, and she had a very quiet race. She looped it on turn 1, didn't hit anything, but stayed steady, and brought the car home in 19th. So that's the first top 20 for females in 2017 when Danica Patrick did that. So Christopher Bell,
and she looked good doing it.
Yeah. Before or after Aaron Rodgers?
No, I'm not talking about Danica Patrick.
Oh.
That too, but Catherine Legg is a good-looking girl too.
Oh, you go. Okay. Duly noted.
Broke a sweat. So then Christopher Bell was 24th, Josh Berry 34th, and then William Byron had a clutch issue on the first lap, and that's all he did. 1 lap, he finished 40th. Chicago's it's a tough, rough circuit, very narrow, and some question that the cars are too big and too heavy to run there. And that was backed up by Carson Hocevar. He looped it coming out of a turn, going into a narrow straightaway, hit the wall, and then there was a massive pileup. The track was almost completely blocked, which I thought would have happened the last couple of years because it's such a tight circuit. Then you have the feuds going on now with Bowman and Bubba.
Yeah, it's a clown show.
Yeah, it really is. They were door slamming each other all race, and Bowman was ahead, and Bubba tried to come in, and he was a little bit ahead of him, but he wasn't clear, and Bowman's right front just barely touched Bubba's left rear, and Bubba lost it, and dropped down to the 20th, in the 20s. And then NASCAR fined him $50,000 because on a cool-down lap, he ran into the back of Bowman.
Wow. So, I was going to say, is that how NASCAR's making its money now, by finding people? Because it seems like it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so for Bubba, 50,000 ads, just,
Yeah. Well, it's Michael Jordan's money, so. But, I saw that, and I was like, that's just rough racing, hard racing. Nothing else needed to be said.
Yeah.
So
they have 19 races and 12 winners, so there's still a mathematical chance that 7 could win, which probably won't happen. But the next couple races, yes.
Whoever came in last to Chicago takes the risk of being carjacked.
Yeah, yeah, you go.
Chicago.
Yeah, right.
Right on Lakeshore Drive. You're going down there. Hey.
That's a very expensive car, too. That's a Hendrick car. So, next couple races coming up, you have Sonoma, Dover, and Indy on the 2.5-mile track for a change instead of the road course. We'll see what happens with that. Also, with some news with NASCAR. Larry McClure from Morgan McClure Racing, he passed away Wednesday, June 25th, at 81 years old.
Wow.
If you remember him, he was a NASCAR Cup owner for 24 years.
Yeah.
From
Yep.
83 to 2007, he had the bright yellow number 4 Kodak cars.
Yep, I remember that. I have that car in a diecast.
Cool.
Ernie Irvin drove that one then.
Yeah, Mark Martin, Ernie Irvin, Sterling Marlin, and Ward Burton. They won 3 Daytona 500s, 91 with Ernie Irvin, and 94, 95 with Sterling Marlin. So we have to mention Carson Hocevar for a brief second here.
Okay.
He's
not in jail, is he?
badmouthed Mexico. He badmouthed Mexico City, so his team fined him $50,000 for doing that. Because it affects the sponsors, it affects the team. So his team actually fined him $50,000, and that money was given to the Mexican Red Cross, the United Way of Mexico.
I got a joke there somewhere.
There's a tariff coming.
Yeah.
A tariff joke
I got to
coming.
bite my tongue. There's a joke.
President Trump put a tariff on that.
No, not even that.
No. All right.
Yeah, so his mouth got him in a little bit of trouble.
There you go. A little more.
So that's it.
Another joke. Come on, it just keep
Hey,
coming.
I don't have a punchline for that one.
I got they're in my head.
Okay. See what happens with Nick number 2.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
All right, my man.
He's probably thinking the same thing I am.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Okay.
So,
All right.
all right, cool. All right.
How about my man?
You going anywhere this weekend, Nick? Or are you just saving it up for next weekend?
Actually, we're going to Ocean City, New Jersey for a couple days. My son has a place down there, so we're going to go down and hang out with him for a few days. And then after that, the racetrack on the 19th, and going to have some fun there. So, but,
nice. Yeah. I'll be down to Egypt this weekend too. Yeah, 'cause I want to catch up with some things, and looks like a good card this weekend. And I don't know when they're going. I'll ask Nick when he comes on about the Dirty Jersey rescheduling, assuming that comes in. So
that's going to be Thursday, August 21st.
Oh, I'll be away.
Ooh.
So I'll be in North Carolina.
That's right.
So, but
You got to call Chris and cancel that then and reschedule it.
I'll talk to him.
All right.
All right, Nick. We're going to take a pause here for a
All right,
second, and then we're going to get Nick number 2. Now we got him rounded down.
There we go.
So,
Nick.
I wanted to, and I meant to tell Earl last night and today. I wanted to thank him because I was down at Wall last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, and he introduced me to Ray Evernham, and it was an honor to meet Ray. Or I've seen him when I was a kid, but never really met him. But to meet him and talk to him for the little bit that I did, it was great. So I want to thank Earl for introducing me, and Ray promised me an interview, whether it's on Wide Open Wednesday or giving us a call.
Good.
And I also want to say thank you to Joe Zaleshik, who's the Joe that calls from down North Carolina.
Yep.
He was there.
Wow.
I got to meet him. And
bet.
I want to go down there and down to Mount Airy and Mayberry and ride in the car. But I want to give a shout out to Joe down there.
Good.
He's a great guy. He's been on my Facebook, and we're catching up with our shows. I love it. Thank
Good
you.
enough. All right. Here we All right. Hello, Nick.
Mr. Foxwell, how are you?
Doing all right. I played the Highwaymen for you, so you're one of the original Highwaymen.
There you go.
Thank you.
Gave you a shout out this morning.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Fred, I can't find the key to these damn handcuffs. Where's the key at?
I'm not done with them yet. I'll give them to you when I'm ready.
Oh, boy.
Hey, quick channeling your thoughts into my brain because Mexico City, come on now.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. The same thing I'm thinking.
Yeah, but it's not, we can't put that over the airwaves.
No. But everybody that's familiar with the scenario is they're on board with us.
Yes, exactly. Dirty minds think alike, I
That's
guess. I
it.
don't know.
Yeah, we're going to chase down that guy, manual labor, somewhere right down there in Mexico.
Yes, absolutely. No habla españoli. I don't know. Anyhow,
Yeah, we did have
do you believe that last night Fred had a hammer out and told me if I touch anything else, he's going to hit me in the hands with a hammer? What's the matter with him?
He's MC Hammer now. MC Hammer time.
I just didn't want to. You were Nick on Sunday went over to the studio by himself and worked for like hours and had this all straightened out. And then we had a glitch, and I just wanted to see it all get undone.
Yeah.
So I got your back, buddy.
Okay.
Technology.
Once we found out the little glitch that we had in that corner of the screen there, and I'm gonna get us a new laptop so we can, because the one that we're using right now is a little older, even though it's 5 years old. Doesn't sound that old. Might as well be 50. So we're gonna get something with a little faster processor, and maybe we can finish the rest of our stuff. But last night was just about perfect. Just about perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it was just as good as the first one that we did before the computer decided to have its own mind and do things. But yeah, I mean, I don't. Maybe if we knew somebody that worked on them, we could have them look at the processor and maybe not have to buy a new one. But
Well,
I mean, that's
new ones aren't all that expensive, So
no, they're really not. So.
yeah, to have somebody come out and look at it and they say they charge you $250 or something, you can buy one for $5
Right.
and get the next 5 years out of it. Dollar cost averaging.
Right.
So we'll be good.
Right,
We just have to hit one of our sponsors up. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll have to send you over Mrs. Tramontana's number because she wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show was great. We had some great guests. Bear was he was overjoyed with the way things went because we got the simulcast to load down. So yeah, it's definitely going in the right direction. We're definitely having some fun. And with Greg adding the monitor, and he said he's gonna put together the monitor that you got because he likes that one better. So
Okay.
that'll be cool when that gets all done. So we're having fun, and that's the most important.
Yeah, the only problem we had last night was my fault because I was out of garage beer.
Oh, well.
I didn't bring any garage beer.
Hey, that's on you.
Yeah.
I know. As I said, I feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
And I had to drink Hawaiian punch. I had to drink Hawaiian punch last night, and it wasn't even spiked, Jim.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Well, sometimes you have to make the sacrifice, take one for the team every once in a while,
We'll just save it up. We'll do double next time, and just wait to see that show.
Yeah. I catch up. You could tell you guys are having fun. You can't fake stuff like that.
No.
And it's all, hi, everybody, going to be with it. You don't need that. No,
no.
that doesn't happen.
No, we have fun. We have great guests come in. They came in last night. We all joked back. Earl was with us for most of the show. It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. They laugh
Yeah,
with you.
We'll have that show next week. We'll have the preemptive. Well, you're live on Wide Open Wednesday.
Hi, everybody. There you go.
Hi, everybody.
Mr. Friendly
Stormy
over here.
weather here.
Yeah.
Stormy weather here. Yep.
Hey, man.
But,
It's too much fun.
Yep, absolutely too much fun. So I'll let you guys do what you got to do on there. Fred's got a couple things he's got to mention. But yeah, this week's 50-50 challenge at New England Speedway
50-50.
is Tanner Von Dorn. They have a challenge for our 50-50 now, Jim.
Is that right?
Two drivers go out in the grandstand to see who can sell the most 50-50 tickets. And they also sell 50-50 tickets online now. So yeah, it's a really cool idea. So Tanner Van Dorn and Danny Buck are going to sell 50-50 tickets. They're two of our prominent drivers at New Egypt. See who can sell the most 50-50 tickets. So that ought to be interesting. And it's Hall of Fame night. We're going to induct some Hall of Famers into our Hall of Fame. So ought to be a pretty interesting night. So
Yeah,
all right, enjoy the rest of your morning, and I'll talk to you later.
All
right.
Thanks, Nick. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Back on the road again.
Right.
Thank you.
Call me on your way back to the shop, Fred. I got to ask you something.
Okay.
It ain't about Mexico City either.
Oh, all
brother.
right. Okay.
All right.
You just bust my bubble. But New Egypt has got the Hall of Fame night this week. They're first ever. They're going to induct the New Egypt Hall of Fame, and then you got Billy Pouch Senior is going to be inducted. Kenny Brightbill, who I grew up watching, a few others. Ryan Godown. A few others. I mean, I really can't wait to get down there this Saturday. It looks like the weather's going to hold off.
Yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to rain. It might be a little warm, but I can deal with that.
Nick, you can't stop Nick. You can only hope to contain him. That's about the best you can
hope to
contain. That's about it.
So,
but if you have the energy, certainly the energy is no problem. That's for sure.
Yeah, we'll get down there and do some interviews and stuff, and hopefully I can catch up with Kenny Brightbill. Not that I think he's going to remember it because I haven't seen him in 40-something years, but he was one of my favorites growing up. Him, it was like, him, Stan Pulaski Jr., Billy Osmond, and all those guys. They were all like like gods to me. We've said that before, but Kenny Brightbill was one of those guys. And the couple times that I've been up to Nazareth, he actually won. And then I think it was 86. My dad and I, 86 or 87. My dad and I went up to Syracuse for the championship race. It was the Schaefer 100. And I was, during time trials, we're listening in the cars, and you're going around, and you say, yeah, okay. And then it would take a few seconds, and then all of a sudden, Kenny Brightbill was out there, and it was, and then all of a sudden, I was like, holy crap. He was like heads and
up close and personal.
Yeah, the only person that could beat him, and probably did, I think, was Gary Ballou that night. But that car was running. That 19 was running hard. Great times.
Syracuse and New York State used to be a lot bigger than. There was a hotbed there.
That was the big track, and that's where they ran the championships every year. I remember, I think it was '79. They went up there, and my dad was with Kerry Schloter, and I think we ended up 6th. During that race, and that was a good showing for that. In 1980, Gary Ballou broke out the Batmobile, which was a controversial car, but that car was.
I think things are starting to. Even though it may not seem that way, things are starting to pop a little bit. I mean,
we were talking about that last night with Earl.
It's starting to get it rolling, momentum there. Hey, gaffes, whatever, but
well, the Wide Open Wednesday, of course, but the racing as a whole
starting to pick up.
The reason why I wanted to get involved was to get some local, Lower Bucks County, more people involved, more people bringing the notification out, because during COVID and maybe even before that. The interest in dirt track racing in the local tracks was kind of waning, and it was like they were struggling to fill the seats. And while it's always going to be a struggle to fill seats, and no matter what you do, it seems like not just because I'm involved, but just in general, things are coming together. There's a new crop of young drivers that are just fantastic. Tanner Van Doren, Paul Mancini.
Well, you're providing an outlet there.
Montana Jr. And those guys are providing great excitement.
There's a market to be had, which you seem to have found.
Which we thought was
rediscovered.
Which we thought was going away. I mean, we've talked about it with Earl, and we thought maybe it was going away. But now, when I was at Wall a couple weeks ago, granted, Ray Everham was there, but even so, Wall was packed. And it was packed the race before that they ran. New Egypt's had some really good crowds, even in the heat.
And the bad weather.
Bridgeport, I haven't been down to Bridgeport yet this year, but I plan on it, at least a couple times. And they're reporting great crowds. Whenever they've had some extra couple races that New Egypt got rained out, Bridgeport would pick up the crowd. So so the interest is there, and I'm happy to report that. I think that we're on our way back with getting it back to where it was like in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, where we were. Everybody in my neighborhood was involved in racing somehow. So, and I'm starting to see that and starting to feel that, and I'm very encouraged about the future of racing. Yeah,
you do have some momentum working on your side. If the weather was better, you probably have a bigger summer.
Better,
but you may be able to take a giant step.
Yeah, we were talking last night with Mike Falkenstein and Falkenberg, and he was up at Shellhammers and it got rained out. 20th time this year they've lost a race.
Brutal.
So,
nothing. You will not be denied, Fred.
We will not be denied. We will keep racing.
That's right. Here on WBCB, an hour of power under the hood.
Taking the checkered flag now, and everybody will talk to you next week.